Hey guys, my name is Jeffrey. Welcome to World of Fantasy, and today we're going to be reviewing The Five Bloods. Play that new intro, son.
Nigga running up on me is a mistake. When I'm coming, nigga fucking up the place. And I ain't got no time to be wasted. I'm crazy, nigga, sit in my brain. Nigga running up on me is a mistake. When I'm coming, nigga fucking up the place. And I ain't got no time to be wasted. I'm crazy, nigga, sit in my brain.
Today, let me take this off. Today we're reviewing one of them Spike Lee joints, The Five Bloods. The movie stars Delroy Lindo, Chadwick Boseman, Jonathan Mayers, and Norm Lewis. Basically, the movie follows four vets that goes to Vietnam to find their fallen friends' remains. They're also going back to Vietnam to find the gold that they discovered during the war. They struggle with PTSD and dealing with the stresses of the past. So, in the very beginning of the film, I didn't look up anything about it or anything like that. I thought it was going to be a really different film than what it was. I thought it was going to be four vets going on vacation, which it sort of was, but I thought it was going to be sort of a story with the flashbacks, and there would be a story with the actual timeline. So I thought it was going to be two different stories while we were watching the film, and we were going to watch them on vacation and them in the past. But instead it was a story throughout with the past, using the past as another narrative to explain what's happening in the present, which wasn't what I expected. So while I was watching the film, something that really popped out to me was the transfer from the present to the past. What I mean by that is whenever you're in the normal timeline, it's a 235:1 aspect ratio. So it's a standard cinema ratio whenever you're watching it. But whenever you go into the flashbacks, it slowly goes into a 4:3. I can't think of another movie that has done the aspect ratio switch other than Waves. I love Waves. It was one of my favorites of 2019, but I can't think of another movie that has done that other than Waves. So if you can, then just drop them in the comments, because I can't really think of any right now. This film is way more thrilling than I thought it was going to be. If you saw the film, then you know what I'm talking about. So there's a point where this film completely turns around, and suddenly you're on the edge of your seat that you weren't expecting to be on. If you're one of those people that were just chilling while that was happening, bruh, you don't have a heart. I was up and down, like pacing around, like I could not stand still while that part was happening. I'm trying to not say any spoilers. But so once that part happens, the film takes a whole entire different switch. It becomes more violent. It becomes more of a violent, right? So you don't know what's gonna happen. You completely lost track of where you thought the film was gonna go, and the film completely switches on you. Good job, Spike. Like, good job. Let me just shout out Delroy Lindo, man, because you can really tell that he has PTSD. So as the film progresses, you can see how his morals shift with the story and what's happening to him. While the film's progressing, going into the violence, you get some amazing monologues by Delroy Lindo. Like, the monologues gave me goosebumps while watching them. You can really see his emotions through the character, even though most of us can't relate to him with PTSD and what he's going through. You can still feel his pain and what he's going through. A lot of the cast I enjoyed, like Jonathan Mayers he was in The Last Black Man in San Francisco. Norm Lewis did an amazing job. There's a lot of strong actors in this cast. While you're watching it with such a heavy tone, the film is surprisingly comedic. So while watching the film, it's really enjoyable, even though it's such a dark and serious topic. So even though there's a lot of comedy in this film, Spike does want you to feel the comedy of the characters and stuff like that, but he also wants you to take this as a serious manner. He he shows you the serious aspect of the film by forcing you to look at what actually happened straight up to your face. And if you have a queasy stomach, then you may not like seeing what actually happened, the blood, the gore of what actually happened during that war. By showing those parts of history, I think it really shows and forces you to think about what the character's gone through. Altogether, I really enjoyed this film. I think Spike Lee has really made another masterpiece. So far, I think it's one of my favorite films, and of this year. That's not saying much. There's not a lot of films this year, but I think it's one of my favorite films of this year, and I honestly think Delroy Lindo should get a nomination at the Oscars as of right now. All right, thank you guys for watching. My name is Jeffrey, and we're gonna play that new outro, son.